Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to another installment of Fodder. On today's video, I want to go over what I feel using the deck that I have. What are the easiest Pokemon to evolve? And generally, the easiest ones to evolve are going to be the ones where you can evolve off of a purple move. Kirlia has a purple move that allows her to evolve, or him to evolve, but Dratini has a purple move, Zuelos has a purple move, and then Gumi has a purple move. And basically, a purple move that allows you to evolve is one that displaces the opponent. So any kind of a swap, any kind of like Kirlia, will send them back to the bench. Roar for Zuelos will move the other Pokemon to a different spot. That's going to trigger the evolution. And then I have two other Pokemon here who evolve off of white evolutions. So we're going to put them into battle and try to trigger some of these evolutions. Also, as you can see, we've got a couple of purple boosters. And then at the end of the video, we will also open up this, I believe it's a blue booster. So with all that being said, for full disclosure, I am going to show you guys me going into the room match. We are going to make it public so they can choose if they want to fight against us. So basically, as you can see, we're doing 2 double chance, 2 X attack, and I think I threw a hurdle jump in there. Nothing that you probably won't have in your arsenal for plates. And as far as these Pokemon go, I wouldn't necessarily recommend putting in a team full of evolutions. While the evolved forms are much stronger than the non-evolved forms of the different Pokemon, if you get too many of them, then you spend the entire early game trying to evolve and not setting up your board. The pre-evolutions leave you a little weak, especially as you start climbing up the ranks. So while I really do think that having a Pokemon that can evolve can give you the edge when it comes to maybe, you know, if you're going up against a lot of opponents who have 70 as an attack on their wheel, and you can get an evolution that gives you what would normally be a 70 and makes it an 80, that could be the difference maker, quite honestly. Things like Tyranitar being able to move 2 spaces, that's a big deal. Charizard being able to move 2 spaces and then gaining a 60 on the respin that is ginormous. You know, he's probably not going to hit more than 2 or 3 times, but there's not a lot of Pokemon that can compete with a 120 wheel space. So with all that being said, we're going to go up against 2. Well, so the good news is he's got 2 Deoxys speed forms in here, which means those are easy pickings if you want to trigger evolutions. Shuppet is also easy pickings to trigger your evolutions. The problem is he's just going to bum rush our goal, so we've got to be on our game. We can't be messing around. So, first one we're going to do is take Pupitar and go up here. I don't remember, I think I did double chance. And we're really hoping it doesn't roll Will-O-Wisp. Cool. So we don't need to try that again. That is an easy evolution. A 50 for Pupitar, you can plate him with an X attack to get him to 80. He is one of the easier whites to evolve. So if you want to use that in your arsenal, and he's 3 MP. So that's another added bonus for him that makes him unique, that I think also makes him easy to evolve. Now the problem here is we don't have another runner on the team, so no one can get back to our base. So he's most likely going to roll a 40. But he does have gold. 41. This actually looks like, well, maybe not. Maybe this one. You know what? This is a tough decision here because that looks pretty good, but that's a huge blue. That's a lot of purple, but he's not strong enough. That's a lot of purple, and we do have to be cognizant of the gold. That's a huge 30 with a big miss. All right, well, we're gonna take Curlia. And if we lose here, because we roll something janky, we'll jump into another one. But, cool. So, like I was saying, his purple move is going to trigger the evolution. And I can switch this with any Pokemon that I want. I don't know what I want to do here. We're going to put in... we'll put in Dragonite. And even though Curlia is going to go to the bench, it's still going to trigger the evolution. So we're 2 for 2 on evolutions. Here comes another Speed Deoxys form. I'm sure he's going to run the lane down to here, just like he did, because I still have nothing that can get to the goal. And maybe Dratini, we're going to have to X-plate and hope that we get another favorable spin. X-attack. Again, a purple will trigger the evolution here, but we are out of double chances. So if he rolls a gold and we roll purple, it's game over. X-attack works. Nice. So I've used Dratini numerous videos. This is actually going to get super redundant because now he's about to throw another Speed Deoxys down to here. But we used Dratini to Dragonair a couple times in previous videos. So you guys know that I like him, that he's super easy to evolve. I mean, there's no need to X-plate this. I don't have another double chance, so we're just going to go straight for it. And finally, we're going to get some breathing room here because he can't send another runner all the way down to here. Now, Tyranitar would have only been 60 on that spin had it not been for the evolution. The evolution gave Crunch a boost of 10 up to 70, and that gave us the victory. So they're definitely useful. You can see that we've done 3 evolutions, and it's taken us 4 plates to do it. Now, most of the time you're not going to face teams with crazy runners going all over the place like this guy had, but it does happen. And I'm gonna go ahead and just get somebody on our goal to block things off here. So triggering these evolutions can be kind of plate and intensive, for lack of a better word. I want to show Gumi. I do have all 3 evolutions of Gumi set to trigger because the first 2 both can trigger off of purple moves. The downside to Gumi is he's only 1 MP, and so he will gain another MP. The other evolutions have MPs that they will gain, but he's only 1, so I wasn't paying any attention. Let's just drop you back. I'm not playing this so much for strategy. I'm more just trying to show the evolution. So I wasn't really even paying attention to where he was moving his guy. I could have easily avoided that. Another thing that's good about Gumi is no matter who, if you attack or if they attack, the opponent's still going to get weight 1 after their turn, which can set up some nice possibilities for you for surrounds, for counters. You know what, I just want to do my shed skin. Gumi might come in handy. I believe he is a dragon type, yes. So, or Gooey. Gooey could come in handy if there ever is a Dragon Cup where he gets a boost of a 1 MP, because then 2 MPs and able to evolve as easily. And now I'm burned, so this could actually be, well, we're going for the purple evolution anyways. So now we're just going to poison Shuppet, who does minus 20 damage, which means he has 0 attack. I think that means he cannot actually take anybody out. And if that's the case, let's just try to trigger this using Roar. No. That was disappointing. So we've triggered off, I could have used him. Yeah, let's try to trigger off and get Chestnut. Even though Shuppet has 0 attack now. Cool. So, didn't even need a plate to evolve him into Chestnut. Chestnut becomes a 100 and a 3-star instead of a 90 and a 2-star purple. So I would say we're doing actually fairly well as far as triggering evolutions, which is nice because it kind of goes along with the video and the point that I was trying to make of these Pokemon are what I would consider the most easy. Oh man, that would have worked. The Slippery Swap would have been the one to trigger that evolution. There's, at this point, I'm not really trying to win. I think you guys can see where these Pokemon would fit into your deck and the usefulness of them. Got a minute and a half. Still have 2 evolutions that I need to trigger. So let's just try to get them all. I want to try to get Gumi. Wait, why did he change names? It did say Gooey earlier, did it not? Am I imagining things here? I thought it said Gooey. I'll have to go back and rewatch that video because I thought his name. Anyways, it doesn't matter. He just wants to go in and attack. Spiky Shield is going to go off and send him back to here. We're going to take Gumi. Try to trigger this evolution. Spit poison. Oh, these speed deoxys. Quite honestly, they are so annoying. The whole deoxys, they're just all annoying. Quite honestly. They're tough to deal with. If I could do a video on how to counter the deoxys, I would. A couple days ago, I showed what I thought is one of the better counters to those decks. Not Spit Poison again. He even hit the miss. I promise he's not. My RNG is not with me on these rolls. There. Nice. Wait. It did work. Okay. Yes. So now we're gonna evolve to Slugoo. And you can actually farm Gumi in the hotel missions, the single player mode, and build him up. He has 0 miss when it comes to level 5. So definitely something if you're struggling and you're looking for a character. I know that these dragons are more abundant at the moment when you're unlocking boosters, especially those orange boosters. And for the sake of the video, let's just try to get the 3rd evolution here. Nice. So you can probably get this whole line to the Gudra. Yes. Now Gudra, instead of being a 2-star purple move, is now a 4-star purple move. And if you look around the 2 that shows his MPs there, you can see 2 rings. That means he's been evolved twice. So there you go. So this is actually a really good video. Not even interested in if I win or lose at this point, because I wanted to show what I thought were the okay, you got to move back. What I thought were the easiest to evolve. As you can see, you've got to pick and choose your battles a little bit when they are the smaller, the pre-evolutions of their future selves, because they're not as strong, and that's why I like the purple attacks to combat. Oh, Chestnut, you were doing so well. To combat the lack of firepower that they have. Picking off runners is a good way to do that. A lot of teams, the meta seems to be rush hard to the goal right now, and so playing just a little bit of defense can serve you well in the long game. What do I don't even know. I think I have hurdle jump. I mean, I'm not trying to win, but I'm not trying to lose either, if you know what I mean. So, but yeah, picking off runners is the best way, and that's why I would recommend, if you have a deck where you have an evolution possible, then I would say try it out. Go into some room play. You can even do some of the higher level missions on the single player mode and try it out. See if you like what triggers that evolution for that particular Pokemon. And if it's something that you feel like works with your team, then go ahead and put it in, because it really could give you that advantage. Volt Strike, it's gonna rock, and I'm gonna lose, but no big deal. I'm gonna get off the baseline here. But this is kind of cool. Maybe I can get, probably not. It's probably gonna close off that entry point. It's gonna try to get them all evolved. So yeah, picking off the runners, because people like to rush the goal right now, you can get to a position where you can take a couple different Pokemon who are good Pokemon. You know what, we're gonna go after this evolution, even though I know I'm leaving myself open for this round. Because he can't beat 41. And there we go. Perfect. All of the evolutions on my squad. So I would definitely say that this is one of the easier groups of Pokemon to evolve. And now that that is done, let's just see if we can't take him out. Of course, watch this be the most evolved Pokemon we have, and he's going to lose to the weakest. But no. So Muddy Water is going to move him back off the goal and give him weight 1. So unlike some displacement results where it moves them out of the way, but then they just come marching right back, this one gives them a weight 1, which, unless he has I mean, I don't know if he has a goal block. I haven't even paid attention to his plates. I don't think he does. But now his only option is to bring Lugia off the bench. Even if he rolls a Hurricane, if I roll a 4-star purple, and I didn't, but I would have won that. So let's just march Hydreigon towards the goal. A successful video, quite honestly. I'm very happy with how things went. I hope that you can see how this is beneficial to you when setting up your deck of what you might want to put in and where you think you might be able to gain an advantage. If you feel like your team doesn't have enough firepower and you're thinking, what can I do besides plates? Because X-Attack plates only last once and then they're gone. So creating an evolution chain in your arsenal is one way that you can combat maybe your lack of firepower. This would be great if I could roll Earthquake. No. But that'd have been great to roll Earthquake and knock their entire team off the map. And this game has been so long that I believe at this point I'm be able to open the third booster that I had waiting. Oh. I've been thinking about trying to do a video on the best runners in the game. And quite honestly, because it's a paper, rock, scissors type game, it's really hard to say who the best attacker is because everybody has a counter and it makes it really difficult. But you could do a best runners. Oh man, we're not getting any rolls right now. You could do a best runners, and if I do one, and I'm not sure that I am because I have a hard time distinguishing, for example, Mew, who's a really good runner at the higher levels where you're facing opponents who are hitting 100 with every attack. He's actually terrible at the lower levels because he's just really weak. So it makes it really difficult. Where do I rank him because of that? So it's something I'm kind of working on. May not ever get around to it, but runners is something that the paper, rock, scissors, wow, portion of it just doesn't necessarily come into play. And it depends. Some people like runners who can hold down the fort a little bit, where Mew would be stronger, or you've got the Whimsicott, things of that nature that would be more. I thought we're not supposed to move him. So anyway, that's going to be the timeout. It doesn't even matter. Which of these Pokemon, do you even have the evolutions? Do you even keep the smaller ones? I know a lot of people just don't even keep commons. They just fuse them away. I keep at least one of everything. And sometimes I wish I had 2 or 3 of some things. And I get into a situation where like, wow, I wish I had a couple more of those. And then later down the line, you know, you fuse them together and then they're not as valuable. So anyway, go ahead and keep those commons if you can. If you have the gems to keep a bunch of space open in your decks, go ahead and do that, because you never know what might come down the road, when things are going to get a buff, and make them useful. So with all that being said, let's get into opening some booster packs here. I think we're gonna go with, we'll just go with this little 3-hour guy here, the blue booster. And we're gonna get a rare. Oh, nice. Keep your cubes, unless there's just something that you are dying to power up and level up, keep your cubes, because if you can save them until you get to the point where you can take something all the way to, you know, the chain level for the green cubes, or to the level 5s, level 4 with the blue cubes, save them. Because if you build something up slowly, you might get something better, and then you change what you're doing, and then you've wasted a lot of cubes. So next, can't remember what these are, 6 hours? And we're just gonna have some uncommons here. Bellsprout, an ingot common, and a rare metal uncommon. And one last booster. It's going to be uncommon Bulbasaur with an ingot and a rare metal common. So there you go, guys. That is today's video on evolutions. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was useful, and I hope you learned something from this as far as how to construct your team moving forward. Again, if you have any comments, if you have any Pokemon that you like to take out as evolution, put it down in the comments. Let me know. Is there something that I missed? Did I overlook one? I'm sure there are more available. Maybe I don't have them, or maybe you've had success with them, or they work with your team really well. Leave it in the comments, because I'd love to know. I'd love to try it out. Maybe I can make a video of it. And I don't know everything in the game, so I'm definitely learning as well. And if you bring out some new insight, then I can share that with everybody. So until next time, I'll catch you later.